Sorry. Hey, it's Marius. I'm back again with another Beatdowns Fights video. Right now, my mom and my oppa are out right now, so I thought, no, I'm gonna do some fights now. So, I'm gonna be doing 3 videos per day if I have, when I get time. Excuse me, sorry. So, I have some newcomers. Got the Mimic, I got Baymax, and I got aliens from the Ben 10 franchise. So basically, for example, if I take Chewbacca and put Chewbacca against Bakur Senton, or Lucy from Despicable Me, and I put Lucy up against like a Romp Rat from Star Wars, or Darth Vader versus War Machine. So I'm gonna do this now. Sorry, I have a fan next to me. So the first one, I got War Machine versus Maui. I've now got Lasher from the new Venom: The Last Dance movie against the Mimic. Over that one, got the T-Rex but against the Smurfs, all of the Smurfs. I got Chewbacca versus Man-Bat. That one got Scarecrow from the DC Universe against the Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz. The last one is actually two of my favorite live-action Supermans. Got David Cornsweet Superman, I think that's how I pronounce his last name, versus Christopher Reeve's Superman. So who's gonna win these fights? Well, we're gonna find out here. So the thing with War Machine, he's still one of my favorite characters in the Marvel universe here. War Machine has a lot of cool of his tech here. Like, he has a mounted like minigun on his shoulder, he has rockets and all that. But the thing is, though, with War Machine is not powered by Tony, it's powered by Rhodey. But still, War Machine is very powerful. But the thing with Maui from the Marvel movies, he's a demigod. So yeah, he's definitely very strong and powerful. Like, the hook grants him powers too. But because War Machine can fly, well, Maui can fly, but it's only animals he can fly for. But because Maui, you might want to argue and say Maui's a demigod who would win. But you also kind of wrong. War Machine is obviously tougher and stronger because he's basically wearing armor. Plus, I think just his military weapons on that suit is way too much for Maui to handle. So yeah, I think War Machine will beat Maui here. So this is an interesting fight. It's Lasher from Venom: The Last Dance against the Mimic. So Mimic is an interesting looking alien, but they're insanely strong. So basically, Mimics are strong, but they're actually strong enough to just headbutt other people and knock them out. But Mimic, the thing with the Mimic here, it doesn't really have the experience like Lasher has. Like, Lasher from the Venom: The Last Dance is actually my top 3 favorite characters in that movie. For me, it's Agony, Phage, and Lasher. Sorry. Oh, I actually shook my computer. What? Okay, so Lasher is crazy fast and crazy agile, and a pretty good fighter herself too. But because the thing is with Lasher, she is very skilled. Well, it was a she. But because the thing is, I think it's her, like these type of weapons, I'm not sure. Because between the two, I still think the Mimic would beat Lasher here. Because, yes, you might want to argue and say Lasher has experience, but because the Mimic is stronger than Lasher here, I think the Mimic would win that fight. So this is I don't know why I think this is funny, but it's the T-Rex from the new Jurassic World movie against the Smurfs. I thought this was just funny. So the T-Rex is like my favorite dinosaur in all Jurassic Park. I think this dinosaur is really cool. It's a mutated version of the T-Rex. But so basically, its forearms was able to stop a speeding vehicle in a dead stop. but it was able to chomp on and rescue a helicopter, just tear that to shreds. But after watching Jurassic World Rebirth, that's definitely the second best Jurassic Park movie in my opinion. So I think that for me, my top two favorite ones for Jurassic Park is Jurassic World from 2015 and Jurassic World Rebirth. So this is a very close fight between the T-Rex and the Smurfs, because the thing with the Smurfs, they're not really fighters though. They use everyday things as weapons. But again, they're not that tough. This is a close fight between the T-Rex versus the Smurfs, but I still think the T-Rex would beat the Smurfs pretty easy in a fight. So yeah, I think T-Rex should win that fight. So the next fight is Chewbacca versus Man-Bat. So the thing with Chewie, he's obviously very strong. Chewie is also very strong because he is a Wookiee. But I think you gotta remember here is Chewie's bowcaster is pretty powerful. That's actually one of my favorite weapons, period, in Star Wars. Chewie's bowcaster can send stormtroopers flying in The Force Awakens. I'm pretty sure the only time Chewie got injured was in The Force Awakens. I think that was the only movie he got injured, but even in the Solo movie, he was just able to just pick up someone and just threw it to the roof. So yeah, Chewie is very strong though, but because the thing with Man-Bat can fly, and he has that regeneration healing factor. So basically, yes, you might want to say and Chewie can blast Man-Bat in the air, but because Man-Bat is very strong, as the claws, and even out of the air, Man-Bat is quite strong. As the claws, it is a close fight, but I'm pretty sure Man-Bat would beat Chewbacca in the fight. It does pain me to say it though, because I love Chewbacca, but I still think Man-Bat would beat Chewie here. So the next fight is Scarecrow from the DC Universe against the Tin Man. So the thing with the Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz, they didn't really do a whole lot though. Yes, he is plenty tough and strong because he's metal, but that axe can actually go through a wooden door. But because Scarecrow from the DC Universe can basically cast illusions and all that, and basically Scarecrow can use his scythe and his claws, and the thing with the Tin Man is the Tin Man isn't the greatest fighter out there. You got Rusty and all that, but because Scarecrow from the DC Universe has the fear gas or the scythe, he makes that with his advantages he has, I'm pretty sure Scarecrow would win that fight. So the reason why I say from the DC Universe, because when you talk about the Wizard of Oz, there is a Scarecrow character in that movie too, so people might get confused which Scarecrow I'm talking about. So that's why I say from the DC Universe. So this is an interesting fight. It's my two favorite live action Superman's going head to head. Is David Cornsweet. I think that's how I pronounce his last name. David Cornsweet Superman against Christopher Reeve's Superman. So David's Superman is pretty powerful himself. He kind of holds back in fights and all that, but he was surprisingly real strong though. When he was not holding back, yeah, watch out. David Superman is good for a good punch. But the thing with Christopher Reeve's Superman, he's the old school Superman. I think that was the very first Superman too. He had his ice breath, his heat vision, and all that. But because David Cornsweet Superman did just has better feats here, fighting against a legit kaiju, Yeah, I think David Corn's Superman would beat Reeves' Superman in a fight. Yeah, David Corn's Superman should be able to win that fight. So if you like this video, like, subscribe, so bye for now.